going to survive Christmas with 12 people stuck in a house with no heat and no electricity?
Or food.
There's plenty of leftovers, Howard.
Beer it is.
It's the weirdest thing. There's no cars, no people.
How long can this keep up? He's Krampus.
Hello and welcome to this WDYWW Spoilercast, and because it's beginning to look like Christmas, we're discussing a Christmas movie for this year. Thanks to all our people who voted on Twitter this year, we're watching Krampus. I'm Ashley Hobley, and I definitely lost the spirit of Christmas, and I'm joined by Dylan Blight.
Happy to be here to talk about a very Christmas movie that teaches you that you should never lose the spirit of Christmas.
Oh shit. Alright, please be aware we're freely discussing anything and everything about plot themes and any other films, so if you haven't watched it, come back later. With that said, let's jump to our discussion of Krampus, directed by Michael Dougherty, written by Todd Casey, Michael Dougherty, and Zach Shields, based on Krampus from Austro-Bavarian folklore. Starring Adam Scott, Toni, Collette, David Koechner, Allison, Tolman, Conchata, Ferrell, Emjay, Anthony, Stefania, LaVie, Owen, Krista, Stadler, Lolo, Owen, Queenie, Samuel, Maverick, Flack, and Sage, Hunefeld. Frustrated by the constant quarrel between members of his dysfunctional family, Max loses interest to celebrate Christmas, awakening Krampus, a demon who will punish his entire family. Dylan, you're a horror fan. Do you enjoy Krampus?
I do enjoy Krampus. I've seen this before. I like it. I think it's a good time. I think it's funny. I think it's got some great special effects and creature design, and I think the cast is great. I think there's a great mix of elements here. I'm surprised continuously every year where it hasn't become more and more sort of a cult Christmas movie. I really thought that's what it was going to become when it came out, you know, when was it, 2015. I was like, yep, here we go. This is surely a cult hit at this point, but for some reason it just didn't quite hit the mark, and I feel like it should be, because I think it's really good. I would love Michael Dougherty to come back and do sort of another one maybe, but you know, he's overdoing fucking Godzilla or whatever. Get the hell out of there. Come back to horror movies. These people, they always leave their horror movies. They go to these big movies. Come on, come back. But no, I really yeah, they all fuck me. They all fuck me.
James Bond came back.
Yeah, it's true. Maybe Easter loves a bit of horror. Loves a bit of horror. You know, he knows what he likes. I do like it though. I think it's really good. But mostly it just sort of comes down to and at the end of the day, it does have the Christmas theme is you better be good or Krampus will get you. So I think it's interesting folklore. Obviously, just nothing like this you get out of American, like sort of, you know, this comes from. It's funny because it's set in America. And it's almost, I've seen someone, I can't remember where I read it, someone once said that compared this to sort of like American Gods, where like Omi's like the transport gate for bringing a non-American god into America. And that's what Krampus is, which was a funny and a very interesting take on sort of the lore behind this film and how Krampus even gets into this American home. But yeah, there's a bunch of films that are inspired by Krampus and, you know, different ones. I've watched maybe one or two other ones that are a lot cheaper made and aren't quite as good as this, and the creatures and everything definitely don't look as good.
Krampus
So.
and Nightmare Christmas and hang on, I had a full list of Krampus movies.
They're not all called Krampus. They're just like inspired by the tale or whatever, because it is just a folklore.
I mean, apparently Kevin Smith was doing a Krampus movie at one point.
He was, but then it fell apart. I was very disappointed because I was looking forward to it. Yeah, at some point it got into, I don't know what or where or how, but at one point it got into like the American zeitgeist of stuff like that was.
Weird. Apparently Jim Henson Productions are currently working on a Happy Krampus movie, so that's when you know you've hit the mainstream, when you get Muppet Krampus potentially.
Yeah. Yes, I really like it. What did you think?
Listen, Dylan, I'm not a fan of horror movies. You know, I like my Christmas movies. Warm and fuzzy, and you know, with Daniel Stern taking a brick to the head. That's how I like Christmas movies. So you know, I was a bit trepidatious going to this one. Of course, it opens with like, you know, people ripping open a retail store because they haven't bought presents 3 days before Christmas, which seems crazy. And as someone who works in retail currently, I completely relate to that feeling of dealing with people like this. Probably not to the extremes that it does in this opening, but you know, It's a good opening. Really enjoy it. They come home. Then you've got that extended family that comes along that they don't really enjoy and don't really like. And the more that we get to know this extended family, I'm like, I really don't like them, but I'm really going to look forward to watching them get murdered the rest of this movie. It's going to be great. One at a time. They'll all be dead. And then, it starts snowing. And it just got really boring. I just lost complete interest in this movie like halfway through. I'm like, what is even going on? This is a movie about Krampus. This isn't a little toy shop of horrors. Why are all these toys popping out everywhere?
Because they work for him. You got to build the tower up before the big K comes down.
No.
Don't tell me those creatures look awesome.
They're fine, but I just didn't care, and they just weren't nearly gruesome enough.
That's an important thing.
All of them get dragged away. None of them actually die. There's so little blood.
But that's a plot point. No one actually dies. It's
so they could do the fucking twist ending.
Is it a twist ending or is it just the ending?
Dylan, you go through this. This
tell
whole
me what
thing.
Tell me what you think the ending is.
Dylan, it turns out it was all a dream, and then they realize that he got this special Krampus bell, and he's like, everybody remembers the same dream.
No, it wasn't a dream. It actually happened. Krampus let them live. So, and the bell. So this actually got confirmed. So for the first couple of years after it was out, people were very confused about what the bell, like Krampus's workshop, if their family was trapped in the bell, if what the go was. Anyway, a couple of years later, they did like a spin-off comic book series, and then it kind of.
Oh yeah, that explains everything. I'm sure everyone will understand the movie now because of the spin-off comic book series.
Well, no, it wasn't explained in the spin-off comic book series, but when doing marketing for the spin-off
that's series, even better.
They got to get asked about the ending and clarify exactly what it meant. And they did explain that the bell so when the camera's like zooming out at the end in Krampus's workshop or whatever you want to call it, and you see all these different bells, including the family we've been following sitting around the place or whatever. So it's basically all the families that Krampus has spared and let live after terrorizing them. He keeps a bell where he can keep a watchful eye on each and every one of them. So if they ever again forget about the spirit of Christmas, he'll be back to get them. It's very much he's watching you to see if you're naughty or nice. But he won't give you coal. He'll give you a one-way trip to the fucking afterlife. Boom. I don't know how you found this movie boring. You're insane.
It's kind of, oh, we need to look for Beth. Couldn't find her. It was really cold. Let's all just sit around for ages. I'm going to take first watch. I'm going to go to sleep straight away. One thing, keep the fire on. No, can't do that. And none of them are taken out in interesting ways. It's like, okay.
A child is eaten by a giant snake slinky toy thing.
Yep.
Elves run in. That's cool. You don't like the elves?
It's fine.
You don't like Krampus?
Krampus was a cool design, if we had seen more of him, like doing stuff. You get the ending where you see Max and Krampus, and then the scene with Krampus and the old lady, the grandma. That's kind of it. Mm. I like the animated section. That was well put together.
Mm.
Yeah.
Why do you hate Michael Dougherty so much?
I don't know. I didn't mind King. Well, actually, I did mind King of Monsters.
What does that say? Tell me. King of Monsters you don't like? How about X-Men Apocalypse?
Yeah, that's pretty not good.
How about Superman Returns?
Superman Returns is good. Underrated.
Mm.
I haven't seen Trick or Treat.
No.
But that is a cool poster.
Because it is a very good movie, so it means that you would not like it. Because you only like bad horror movies.
You know, this movie's got a 49 out of 100 on Metacritic, so I don't think I'm too out of line saying I found it boring.
Yo, this is where I like to say, fuck the critics. What do they know?
You
What
know,
other reviews here?
but you know, I'll at least say it is a Christmas movie. I was going to go into this and like, no, this isn't a Christmas movie, but yeah, it is. A Christmas movie.
Did you think it was like going to be like, oh, they just made a horror movie related to Christmas?
Yeah,
you know? No, it's full Christmas. It's full
like
everything.
What's that other horror movie?
Black Christmas?
No.
Oh. Die Hard?
No.
Pretty violent. Office Party?
No.
Someone dies in that.
They do.
Gremlins?
Nope, that's not the one I'm thinking. Maybe it isn't a Christmas movie. Maybe it's just set in the snow.
Dead Snow?
Doesn't sound right.
It's about Nazis.
Rare Exports, that's the one I was thinking of.
Oh yeah, I've watched that. That is a Christmas movie though.
It doesn't seem like a Christmas movie.
No, Rare Exports is a real Christmas movie. They capture Santa Claus. So it's, yeah. That's
you
fun.
You can capture Santa Claus anytime again.
Synopsis. On Christmas Eve in Finland, Santa Claus is unearthed in an archaeological dig. Soon after, children start disappearing, leading a boy and his father to capture Santa, and with the help of fellow hunters, they look to sell him back to the corporation that sponsored the dig. And then there's Santa's elves, who are determined to free their leader. So in this, because Europeans hate Santa Claus, and any version of Santa in European law and folklore is like Santa's a fucking motherfucker, like he's evil. So following in that, yeah, Santa's like the bad guy. Yeah, I remember watching this when it came out. It's good.
Pass.
I rate it.
It
Top
sounds
10
more
Christmas
interesting
horrors.
than Krampus. You know, not enough Krampus in Krampus, I think, is what I'm getting at. Not enough blood in Krampus.
You've got to review Jaws and be like, there's not enough fucking shark in Jaws.
Maybe. Look forward to us talking about Jaws sometime in 2022. I'm going to will it into existence.
Doesn't Buddy Watson know where you live? Like, he can fucking leave your house.
I'm sure Jaws will be great, you know. But man, you know, what was your favorite scene from Krampus then? What stood out the most? I will say, crazy cast. Crazy they got Toni Collette. You know, maybe she's like preparing for Hereditary before she knew she was preparing for Hereditary.
She loves movies with fucked up families. Loves it.
Yeah.
Favorite scene is no, it's kind of hard. Actually, I like any of the monster stuff. I generally think the monster designs and the puppets or whatever. Like,
I mean, they're cool designs, but it's just kind of boring what they do. It's like, oh, he's licking her face. Cool.
You haven't watched like enough 80s horror movies, I feel, to like appreciate the like campy sort of like. Have you watched Chucky?
No.
Have you watched Gremlins?
2.
2?
They just never played Gremlins on TV.
Oh, fuck you. Do my head in.
Listen, Gremlins was on the list of things people could have let us watch. They chose fucking Krampus instead. Oh, let's pick the horror movie. Ashley doesn't like horror films. It backfired, didn't it? I thought it backfired for me, but it backfired for you people as well. Because now you have to listen to this.
I don't know what else to say. I like the movie.
No. That extended family should have been picked off one by one by Krampus. You know? It's fine.
But if he killed them, it wouldn't have made sense. He captures them and then lets them go.
He could have killed them and brought them back to life. Or he could have killed them because it was all a dream. It was all a dream.
It wasn't a dream. They wake up the next morning and it's Christmas Day. Because they fall asleep on the 23rd or whatever. And then it's Christmas Eve next day. And then it's Christmas Day. Like, time travels. They just forgot. And then they're like, oh, shit, actually remember. Because they're like, oh... It's not a dream.
I'd be interested to... I'm pretty sure like 70 to 80% of people who watch this film are like, it was all a dream? This bullshit.
I don't know. If you've watched the movie, feel free to let us know if you thought it was bullshit or not.
It's like, why would... just kill all of them, you know?
Why?
What about everybody else in the street? Where do they all go?
I don't know.
What? Krampus? What happened to all the other people in the street? Like the plow truck driver?
Put him in his sack.
No. I needed those twin girls to get their comeuppance.
Why do you want little girls to die?
They're mean. They should.
I mean, maybe they just need a good stern talking to, you know?
I don't think so. Let us know what you thought of Krampus. Am I right? Is Dylan right? Was it all a dream? Is this podcast all a dream? I wish. Let us know at explosionnetwork.com/Twitter or jump to Discord at explosionnetwork.com/Discord. If you want to help us out here, what do you want to watch? Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or on Podchaser, or tell people about the show. And if you liked this episode, or more likely liked what do you want to watch in general, and you want to give us a little bit of Christmas love, head on over to our Ko-fi page at explosion.com/support and leave a donation for as little as $1. If a little bit helps keep the lights on here at the Explosion Network, because, you know, lights aren't going to go off from Krampus, that's for sure. Thank you very much for listening. Until next time, keep watching stuff, I guess.
He is the shadow of St. Nicholas.
It's Christmas. Nothing bad's gonna happen on Christmas.